Good morning. Opening prayer. The energy of love is within us and is us. Whole and complete is the I am that we are. We awaken to the truth of our being. Will this be done within and without? May we come to recognize that we receive all that we give. We know that we have forgotten ourselves when we forgive others of all grievances held within our minds. May we not be led into temptation by the voice of separation, but instead may we transcend all illusions. For ours is the power, peace, and love of Christ consciousness found within each of us, who is but the perfect extension of the one-minded heart that is shared by all, and is our birthright as the holy extensions of love itself. Our affirmation of faith. We believe in one God, the author and energy of all life, whose love sustains the universe and all things found within it. Our 5 Christ principles. 1. There is only one energy in the universe. That energy is love, at all times active in everyone, everywhere. 2. We are the divine energy of love, and that energy is found throughout the universe and in all things, whether seen or unseen. 3. We create our experiences by what we choose to think, feel, and believe, thereby establishing our responsibility for our own choices. 4. Through opening our heart center, we connect with the energy of love and bring out the Christ within us. 5. We express our desire to be of service when we live and demonstrate the Christ consciousness in all our affairs. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for all those who are here, to those who are watching, and to those who will watch later in the week. Thank you, Miss Bobby, for getting us started this morning, and thank you, Marvin, for the beautiful music. I would like to take a moment to welcome each and every one of you to the Church of Christ Consciousness. We are here for those who are truly ready to live the truth that they're being. All right? Truly ready. Today, I have chosen a topic, and I chose it from one of my favorite movies. It's called Now We Are Free. And it comes from the movie Gladiator. And a quick story. A couple of weeks ago, when I was trying to decide what to discuss on the Sundays coming up, I was listening to something on YouTube. And it was a compilation of, call them reviews. It was where people had never seen the movie before, and they were watching it and telling you about what they thought. And when the song, Now We Are Free, began playing, they all started bawling like a baby. And it is a beautiful song. Now we are free. And I got to thinking about it. Now we are free. The word now can be seen as an acronym for know, other way. N-O-W. Jesus the Christ told us that he was the truth, the life, and the way. So no other way. There is no other way but the way of Christ. You can try all you want, and Lord knows we all have, to make it and do it ourselves. We usually end up in the weeds. But when we truly allow Christ to guide and direct us, have you ever noticed you stay out of the weeds? Life, I'm not saying that it's always good. There's a few potholes every once in a while, but the ride sure is much smoother. No other way. Well, what is the way? Yes, it's the way of Christ. But what does the word way really imply? What is the energy of the word? What is it trying to evoke within us? Well, most of us are very familiar with the meaning of path or a journey when you hear the word way. A direction. But most are unaware that the way has another meaning. The gate is open. You can look it up in the dictionary for yourself. The gate is open. And Jesus told us that he was opening the gate. He told us heaven was within and that he had come to hold the gate, to open it. So no other way means the gate is open. We are free. And I know that to be free, everybody thinks to be free is to not be bound, not to be chained by something. But it has a beautiful meaning if you'll just look in the dictionary. It literally means to be yourself without having anyone or anything control you. Sometimes I think people think that if they, as the old saying goes, give their life to Christ, that they lose themselves. And how far from the truth that is. Where you find yourself. And that is freedom. You're to be no longer bound by the world. And not controlled and attached to the things of the world. To truly be free. To be in the world, but not of it. Which is what we've been asked to do. We're in the world. But to be of the world means that we are attached to it. We believe that what is out there can make us happy. When the truth is, it's what's within us that makes us happy. We are responsible for our happiness. We are responsible for our peace. We are responsible for the feelings that we choose to have. No one can make you angry. No one can rob you of your peace. Now, if you're of the world, they can, because you believe that everything out here can somehow affect you. That's why in A Course in Miracles we're told the world is upside down and backwards. We think that everything out here comes at us and affects us. Starts in here and goes that way. And when you recognize who and what you are in truth, you will know freedom. And you will know that there is no other way but the way of Christ. Because you will know to the deepest part of the core of your being that you are the light, just as Jesus told us we were at the Sermon on the Mount. He said, you are the light of the world. But you hide it. Why are you hiding the truth? Let the world see the light. For it is the light of God. It is the light of Christ. And John, we're told, in the beginning was the Word. And the Word was with God, and the Word was God, and that everything that was made and created was made by Him, and nothing that was made or created was made without Him. And He was the light of the world, the light of man. Christ is the light that is within us. Now I want you to look at it this way. Now, no other way. There is no other way but in. That's what Jesus was trying to tell us 2,000 years ago. It's all within you. Why are you looking out here? In the Gospel of Thomas, you've heard part of it before. When Jesus said, the kingdom of heaven is within you. But if someone says, lo, there it is, or lo, it's over yonder, he said the kingdom cannot be observed because it is within us. You cannot see it out here in the world with these eyes. It is within you. No other way but to turn within. Turn within and you will know the gate is open. And you're free to walk through it. To heaven. To home. A lot of people think now means this moment. Yes, there is only now, this moment. Time doesn't exist. There is no past, there is no future. Miss Bobby, who started us this morning, I remember the first time I met her. Very first time. And she starts complaining about something from the past. And I listened for about 2 minutes, because I'll give someone 2 minutes to vent. And I just went, that's enough. I said, now do me a favor. I put my hands out. And I said, I will wait here. You go back and pick it up and bring it to me. And together we'll deal with it. She said, well, I can't go back there and get it. I said, no, you're right. Because there is no back there. If you're thinking about it, you're thinking about it now. Which keeps you out here. So you've missed the within part. And the same holds true for the future. And you've all heard this before. No matter where you are, it's always now. By the way, I know the calendar says that there will be, today's Sunday, tomorrow's Monday, then followed by Tuesday, and then Wednesday. And I promise when you get up Wednesday, yes, the calendar will tell you it's Wednesday, but you'll still be in the now. You'll be in the moment. Why do we pretend to be somewhere that we're not? We're in this moment. There is no other way but now. And when you are in this moment, you are with the Christ, you are with God, you are in heaven within. You cannot find it in the past. And if you're waiting on the future, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, not really. You'll be waiting a long time because the future never gets here. Because when you ultimately get up on Wednesday, yes, the calendar will say Wednesday, but it will still be today to you when you're in it. So the future never comes. We pretend. And that's what Jesus was trying to get us to recognize. Because he said, if someone says, this is going back to the Gospel of Thomas when he was telling the disciples and the Pharisees, when he was asked, when is the kingdom coming? He said, it's within you. He said, if somebody points to the sky and says, there's heaven, well, the birds made it before you. If they point to the sea and say, there's heaven, well, the fish have been there a long time before you. The kingdom of heaven is within, he says, and without. It starts within, and we bring it to the world. The world cannot give us heaven, but we can bring heaven to the world. Are you ready? But it takes living in the now. It takes living in the way of Christ. There is no other way but now. And when we are in the now, we are free. We are free. And we are truly free to walk through the gate. Sometimes I think people think somebody's going to come and rescue you, pick you up, and carry you through the gate. And it doesn't work that way. You must be willing. You must be willing to give up attachments to the world and be free and walk through the gate that Christ opened 2,000 years ago. What are we waiting on? What are we waiting on? An invitation? He gave it to us. We've had the invitation for a long time. But we're like, I think I'll wait just a little longer. I'm not quite ready. Well, when are you going to be ready? In the future? Good luck. Because you'll never find it. The gate is here. It is within you. And until you turn within, you will never see the gate. And you will never take the opportunity to walk through it. And here's the good news that I will leave you with. When you walk through the gate, there's a sign right outside that says, leave your baggage behind you. You won't need it in here. So go ahead. Leave the baggage. Turn within and walk through the gate. For everything that you have dreamed of and imagined is there, as it always has been. It is yours as a child of God. The Christ opened the gate, and he holds it open for us, even in this moment. But you must make the choice to walk through it. You must choose. Go in peace this week. And think about the choice. To be out here or to live in heaven within. One is full of war and conflict. The other, peace and joy. I like peace and joy better. I choose peace. I choose joy. I choose no other way. Thank you, guys. And now we'll listen to Marvin play some more beautiful music.
freedom, what does freedom look like? The union of the heart and the mind make us free, allows us to be free. It doesn't make us do anything. Allows us to be free from making decisions in fear, from making decisions in anger, and from making decisions in the state of impatience. This union of our heart and mind creates a freedom that releases us to be one. Oneness, we think about oneness as oneness with God, but oneness takes many ways to, many levels to reach. And the first one is union of the spirit and the body, the heart and the mind. Here are a few questions to ask yourself this week. When I make a decision, am I making it with an undertoning of fear? Am I saying I should or I ought? Am I worried about hurting someone's feelings or some regret that was done in the past? When you make your decisions with those feelings, you have shut Christ out of your life. You are not in union of your heart and mind. So let's take a moment and just relax and breathe and ask ourselves, how can I breathe and how can I become more of one with nature, more of one with God? How can I find that peace? What are the signs that I look for this week when I make my decisions? And this week, as you go forward, pay attention to yourself. Look at the energies that you feel in your heart and your mind as you make your decisions, as you meet people this week. And become aware, are you in the light of love or are you living in fear?
Thank you, Marvin. Thank you, Miss Penny. Thank you to each and every one of you who are here this morning. Remember, now we are free. Thank you to those who are watching. And hi, Jim. I know that you're with us this morning. And to those who will watch later this week, thank you for watching and being a part of our service. And as we close, if you would, silently say with me our closing prayer. Divine love blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. We give and receive in love. Thank you. And have a great week.
Workshop.
Yes, and there is a workshop. For those who watch it today at 4:30, you can go to meetup.com to return to oneness, and you'll find a workshop, Releasing Fear. So if you'd like to join us, go to meetup.com and you will have the link. Thank you, Ms. Penny.